The opening stage saw the Giro d'Italia explode into life as Mark Cavendish, the Manx missile, destroyed all comers with a superlative sprint finish in Naples.
What a finish! And Cavendish is the leader of the Giro!
The first stage and the leader's jersey are his, but can the former world road champion remain in the pink? Welcome to the 2013 Giro d'Italia highlight show. The opening stage was a sprinter's showcase, but stage 2 should see contenders for the general classification coming to the fore. For the second stage, we've taken the ferry across the Bay of Naples to the island of Ischia, a volcanic gem just 10 kilometers wide, and this only the second time the Giro has visited this beautiful place. In 1959, an individual time trial was run. Today, it's a team time trial covering just 17 kilometers. From the start in the town of Ischia, the first 3 kilometers are uphill. Add coastal roads and a stiff breeze to the equation, and you have a short but demanding route. Still, Team Sky and Garmin Sharp should be favourites for stage honours. Overall standings, Mark Cavendish leads, as you can see. Most of the field he leads by 20 seconds. That could be a very useful cushion at the end of today. And away they roll. Team Colombia first off the ramp. It's stage 2 of the Giro d'Italia. It's team time trial day. 17.4 kilometers to be dealt with today. Well, they're starting off pacey here. Now, the initial roll off the ramp, absolutely crucial. And in fact, the first couple of curves, vital. And they look pretty ragged right for now. It's about getting yourself into a decent formation. And, well, just for now, they are settle yourself in time, but it does not look great just now.
No, initially flat, but only for 300 meters maybe before they start this long drag. The total elevation change from the bottom to the top is, I think, almost 100 meters. I worked it out around about 99. The total course has around 250 meters of climbing, which doesn't sound like a lot, but over only 17.4 kilometers, it is quite a bit. The Team Villa time trial bikes in the national Colombian colours. As you said, this point is crucial. This first 3 kilometers, you don't want to go too into the red. But however much you try and not go into the red at the start of a time trial or a team time trial, it's always very difficult to do. You've got the adrenaline flowing. You've been thinking about this ever since the end of the previous day's stage. And you can sometimes look down at your power meter and think, well, I'm feeling absolutely fantastic, but you're actually at a power way over what you're able to sustain for the entire duration. And so that's what they're going to have to watch out for, not just the Colombian team, but the rest of the teams as well.
Away you go, Team Sky. Absolutely no weak link in this outfit here. If anything, Bradley Wiggins, we suspect, might get a little bit over-enthusiastic, but they're so well marshalled, I can't even really see that. We're sort of speculating, really. As you hunt for a weak link, you might think you find something, but this team is spectacular. They are in dominant form. Team Colombia will set our first marker for everyone else to chase down here. Expect this to be beaten fairly shortly. Just turning along the harbour front here, coming by our commentary position in just a few moments' time into the tunnel. This is where they get the big reveal, as it were. Big temperature change as you go in, sort of slightly chilly in there. Nothing hampering them, and in fact, they pulled themselves together rather nicely towards the end, so well done to them. Bumpy course today. They are climbers. How good time trialers are they? Well, we'll see by the end of today, shall we? That's 25 meters, and their time just ebbing into the 23-minute mark by a second. 23:01 for Colombia. Bini Fantini next off. Now, when they sailed over the line after their practice run, they were chuckling. Now, I don't know whether that says anything positive or negative, to be honest, because I didn't get a chance to speak to them because they sailed straight by and went off for a little bit of a warm down. Sky hitting one of the steeper sections as we've got right here. This is steeper than it actually looks on camera.
Yeah, Danny Pate at the back here, already looking like he's just struggling to get onto the rear wheel of the rest of his team. As I said that, he's just next to that rear wheel. I did see the rider at the front looking round just to make sure he did have all of his teammates in line. That's quite important to make sure that you're not pushing on too hard. I normally say on the flatter team time trials that coming out of corners is particularly important. If you start sprinting as the first rider as soon as you've exited the corner, whilst the last rider is still just coming into it, it can cause problems and stretching and sometimes people being dropped in the first couple of kilometres of the race. A different scenario here with the climbs, but it's good to see them looking around and checking that their teammates are all right, because they want to try and keep them together at least for the first few kilometres.
And Bardiani Valvoli have had a decent run here. Check this out. How far to the line right now? Screaming them in. Well, they're loving this locally.
And now the time stops as the fifth rider goes across the line. I've just got to tell you that Team Sky have gone through that intermediate time check in a time of 10 minutes and 12 seconds, 46.47 kilometres per hour, 13 seconds ahead of the previous top time, which was set by Blanco. If they continue that, they're going to be a good 30 seconds ahead of the Dutch team by the time they come into the finish. This is that straight road which we drove along this morning, Carlton, where they took that left-hand turn. We might see them go up it now. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see that 35% sign, which I was talking about, but they're well on their way to that now.
Vini Pantini. Nothing black and white about these guys. It is just day glow. Let's see how brightly they're shining in a moment. See what I did there? 7.9 kilometres is the split, and they're not doing too bad at all. So maybe the smiles at the end of their practice run spoke about their confidence here. How many of them? Look like they're all together. Second quickest so far at the split, 10:21.
That's Christian Knees now, who's been dropped from the Team Sky train. Big German ex-national road champion. They must be down to 8 riders now, presuming that Danny Pate is still there.
Sky shedding riders, but still solid and still got some talent here.
Yeah, first we've really seen of Bradley Wiggins, number 181, just in the middle of your picture now. As you can see, he's got those round rings. He's not on the bike actually that was by the Team Sky bus this morning. They had a very special looking new Pinarello with gold cantilever brakes and fairings over the cantilevers. There are those rules with the UCI, and the commissaires always measure the bikes up before. Whether they found something that was fell foul of those rules, I'm not sure, but certainly not the bike that was being talked about even before the race started that he would be using.
Look at the enormous...
Oh, and now struggling as well at the back.
He is, and they can't afford to lose too many more here. Yes, in fact, no more. There's 5 of them. This might not be the best time that Sky could have produced if they'd had a bit more firepower. Cannondale then coming through the first split right now. There it is, 4th quickest, just losing off 3rd spot at the split by a solitary second. As Sky hit the Flamme Rouge, and right hand side of your screen here, Lampre go off the ram. Now Lampre, they blow hot and cold when it comes to team time trials. Not quite sure what they're going to do today. They have got Durasek as a time trialist, but you need more than one in a team time trial. See how they held together. Sky down to 5, the bare minimum. They've all got to stay together here, and they're doing it. But and the time looks half decent as well. Look at this. Round they come into the cheering and adoring crowds. No time to look at the spectacular scenery in this part of the world. The tunnel beckons, and look at that. They're still in the 21s here. This looks like a decent run.
It does, yeah. And Cataldo, as I said earlier, is supposed, we hear, be crossing the line first, so that in case they do set the best time by enough, that he is the one that goes into the pink jersey. But he hit the he hit the front early. He's had to do a long stint on the front, and it looks like Uran might be coming round him anyway.
I think he's going to have to, because they know they're slowing down here. It's 5th man home, let's not forget. They'll spread wide and hit the line as they do.
28 seconds faster than Blanco.
Oh, they're in bullying mode, Sky. 22.05, top dogs for the moment. That's a proper benchmark. Will it be beaten? We'll see. Here we go then. Movistar about to get underway. Looking extraordinarily serious. That's how they should be. Alex Dowsett, of course, part of this team. He's a debutant on the Giro. Says, quite honest about it, says he's frankly quite nervous about the Giro d'Italia. He'll be settling in the next couple of days, and it'd be great to see a decent performance by him. And indeed, his Movistar team, I've got quite a soft spot for. Let me tell you. So Vini Fantini coming towards the finish. Looking pretty good on course. They've shed a number of staff, as you can see, on the route for home. But this would be, and perhaps is going to be, one of our surprises today. I'm not quite sure whether they left something behind after going so quick in the first half of the course. Sky always operate a negative split, get faster and faster during a team time trial, if they can possibly help it. We'll see whether Vini Fantini have done the same here. Still in the 21s, solidly so. This looks like a nice run. Yeah,
it's a really, really impressive time. Very surprised by this team. Still 450 metres to go. They're obviously not going to challenge the time set by Team Sky, but good chance of going in just ahead of Team Blanco.
Vini Fantini emerging from the tunnel here. 250 metres to go. And yeah, it's possibly going to be a little bit closer than you might have thought today. Some real proper effort being put in by Vini Fantini. And they've carried their pleasure with the course from the practice to deliver this. A 22.27. Chapeau. Astana getting off the ramp as we speak. And we'll see how they go. Kisaikov and Kanget can go reasonably well when it comes to a time trial. And Vitenzo's not bad himself.
Not noted for their time trialling ability, Team Lamprey, but 1 second down on the, in theory, dominance Team Sky is no mean feat.
450 metres to go for Team Katusha. Yeah, the team that think they've been bullied by the world. And look at this. How about this for a decent pace? There's 250 metres to go. There's Vini Fantini's time. I think they might just pip it, will they? 100 to go. It's going to be extraordinarily close. Katusha may well be in the runners-up provisional spot for now. Still got Lamprey going very, very quickly on course. All five got to come across the line together. Second place up for grabs, and they've taken it. Oh, Katusha, 46.607, 19 seconds down on Sky. That was a quality run. Here you go, Movistar into the frame right now, and in fact their split is, I can tell you, this is just a few moments ago, has beaten Sky. Check that out. What about that? Skirmish, you want it? We've got one going on right now. Well, Sky dropped a couple of riders. We don't know whether it's a gearing issue. It appeared to be that way. We'll get confirmation and have a chat with you about that tomorrow. There's a lot of speculation going on, nothing official, so we'll look into that. But it may well have hampered them just a little bit, as well as catching up some loose riders on the wrong side of the course.
Great riding by Team Movistar.
Great.
Slightly less embarrassing because we had tipped them as candidates for potentially doing very well today. They came second at the team time trial back in the Giro, Tirreno Adriatico, which came in March, behind Omega Pharma Quick Step. And on for a very good ride again today. Not sure exactly what Visconti, who's in that Mountains jersey, or Mountains skin suit, the blue one at the back there, he seems to have some sort of problems with just trying to talk to his director behind. But yeah, full complement of riders still for them, and Alex Dowsett will be extremely pleased at this moment. First ever Grand Tour, and they're fastest at the intermediate time check.
Good boy. You want some good old boys? What about this lot? Garmin Sharp. Raid Ajdal is the defending champion of the Giro d'Italia, taking it in some style last year. He's a good time trialist, we know that. So is Tom Danielson. They've got a lot of quality in this team. Started off at the beginning of the day as red-hot shoe-in favourites alongside Sky. Well, this course today is throwing up some surprises. We suspected it might once we'd driven over it earlier on this morning. We'll see how Garmin Sharp do. We're hooking in on Movistar right now, and rightly so, because they're going extraordinarily well.
8 seconds down for the Astana Pro team on the current leaders of Movistar. So 6 seconds down on Team Sky, who of course are their kind of adversaries in terms of the Nibali-Wiggins battle. Let's see what these guys can do. 1 second down at the intermediate time check to Sky, and 3 seconds to the new best time of Movistar. Down to 5 riders now. Scarponi must still be in there. Have they gone out too quickly?
Cadel Evans, well, he can time trial as well, let's not forget. I'm expecting a lot from them. Cadel these days, 36 years of age, but still can turn in a decent time trialing performance. Oh, this is a nightmare for Lamprey. They've lost a man off the back. 5 home you've got to bring, and they've got to wait for him. They've got to wait. There's nothing they can do.
I'm not sure why they're not waiting already. The director should be in their race radios. They've all got race radios hooked up to the team car behind. He needs to say, look, guys, just wait. We need to have the 5th rider back with you, because it's the 5th rider who stops the clock. Not sure, wow. He's struggling to get back on, but he just can't close that last 10 feet to get back to his teammates.
Here we go, Orica Green Edge. Our old mate, Matt Goss, is amongst them. Luke Durbridge, Lee Howards, Tukalair, Lancaster, Meyer, Morris Tuft, feeling some great names here. Will it be a great, great performance? A final couple of curves with just over 150 metres to go right now. And Lamprey have done a good job of picking this back up and retrieving it. Uskadi incidentally just throwing it away slightly earlier. Good recovery from Lamprey, just into 4th place here, but only 22 seconds down. What might have been if they hadn't broken down?
Team Garmin Sharp, a lot of pressure on their shoulders today, as there always is for these team times. That was a disastrous one back in Tirreno Adriatico, all the way back down in 16th place, possibly their worst ever performance in this event, but completely different lineup today, completely different motivations.
Absolutely. Well, they're looking to set a decent time for Ryder Hajidal. They've got some firepower, so it seems, of Movistar. The man wearing the pink leaders jersey is Mark Cavendish. Omega Pharma Quick Step, about to roll off the ramp here. Now, they do not, of course, have Tony Martin with them this time. He was, he's talismanic. In fact, did an awful lot of work for them earlier on this season. He's not part of the Giro team. We'll see how they go. Still reasonably strong, but I think the climbs may well bite them. Right then, 450 metres to go through the tunnel, and it's Movistar that are on a mission. Let's remind you that Movistar are the quickest at the split, 2 seconds faster than... Oh, and they've got a loose rider from Lamprey. I hope they can get by him safely. Thankfully, he hugged the barriers and just stayed off the apex of the corner as they exited there. As they come to the limelight now, Movistar, what about that? Well, they're bed into 2nd place behind Sky, 9 seconds down on Sky, so they were 2 seconds ahead, but that negative split of Sky doing a proper job, but Movistar doing a great one.
Yeah, really good ride from Movistar, but they did lose a fair bit of time from the second, or the intermediate time check to the finish. Garmin Sharp have gone through the intermediate time check, 12 seconds down on the time of Movistar, 10 seconds down on that of Team Sky. Only 7th place for their team. They were my favourites for today.
Astana then coming into the tunnel, and they ain't going to beat Sky. They may not even beat Movistar. Will they beat Katusha? That's the big question. We're going to find out right now. Movistar's time there for you to see. The line rapidly approaching. This will be big bragging rights for Movistar if they can carry this one off, and they do. Astana coming to the line right now. 3rd quickest.
No,
14 seconds off Sky, though.
Yeah, only 14 seconds. Not quite as bad as I thought. Quite a fast final kilometres. Of course, it's mainly downhill the last kilometre towards the finish. Only 14 seconds, but still very similar, in fact, to the result at the Giro del Trentino, which I think was 13 seconds, but on a much flatter time trial, which didn't take quite so long. BMC just coming through now.
Yep, BMC hitting their split. Oh dear, and this does not look good. 21 seconds down at the split. Well, Cadel Evans came in late, let's not forget, to as a choice for the Giro. His own decision, I'm sure. But goodness me, if that spins out in the second part of the course here, there's going to be a little bit of a problem for Cadel Evans and his aspirations of taking the Giro d'Italia. We will see. Right, this is Garmin Sharp, and Tom Decker seems to be just struggling a little bit to stay on the back. And yes, we'll see how they bring this one in. Garmin's split, not amongst the best.
Oh, 7th place for them, 12 seconds behind. You're right, Decker was right on his limit there, and he's still got a little bit of a gap to close on this descent to get back to his team. It's got a fair number of riders left together. They've already dropped a couple. I'm not sure exactly who that is yet.
And now we do have a clock on Omega Pharma Quickstep. Now don't forget that Mark Cavendish has a 20-second gap or advantage or cushion coming into this. Let's not forget over the field, but 24 seconds down now on Sky, and at this moment he's handing the jersey over.
Yeah, very much looks that way.
Garmin then on a charge. Ryder Hijerdal, part of this unit. He's a big unit himself as well. And I'm afraid to tell you, they've got a big deficit of 25 seconds to make up. There are others that are a lot worse, so it's not all over by any means for Ryder, who, of course, as you know, can do amazing things when it comes to the mountains.
This team, though, it looks like Mark Cavendish is going to be out of that pink jersey at the end of today, but I don't think he's going to be too disappointed. I think there was a few surprises this morning when they saw the team time trial course, both on video and first-hand, and I think they would have realised that this really isn't one that suited them.
Poor old Cadell looked like he's slightly grimacing here, and maybe it's just that he knows what the clock's saying. A little loose rider from Garmin to be dealt with on the inside of a corner here. Not the best place for him to be. Get out of the way. And BMC, it's outside of the top 10 for them, I'm afraid. And the seconds tick on here. Target time for Sky, let's not forget, 22:05, and they're way down on that. Goodness gracious me, 37 seconds. That's a hell of a piece of baggage to pick up and carry through this Giro d'Italia. The time ticks away. He's out of the jersey, I'm afraid to tell Cav fans. I count myself amongst them, I've got to say. Yes, he's lost the jersey today. And the team, well, without Tony Martin, it seems, lost their time trialing talisman. Mark Cavendish comes to the front. But goodness me, 22:53, giving away 48 seconds. And Mark Cavendish issues an oath. And unfortunately, it's not one that you'd care to repeat. That is just not great. Looks up at the clock, knows that the jersey is no longer his. And what a day to be a Sky rider as well. There we are, 9-second gap over Movistar. Astana, 14 seconds adrift. Katusha, 19 seconds down. Vini Fantini giving away 22, almost exactly the same as Lampre, who fell apart but regained it, picked it back up. Garmin, terrible result ahead of Blanco, Vaconsoleil and Callendale. And if you're looking for Omega Pharma Quickstep, I've got to tell you, they've just crossed the line, 48 seconds down.
Questa, gentili signore e signori, è Sky Pro Cycling.
Sky Pro Cycling, they're the heroes. Yes, which one of them? Will it be one of them that wins this Giro d'Italia, this 96th running of the great race? We'll see. Salvatore Puccio it is, who is the overall leader. Same time for Bradley Wiggins, Henao, Cataldo and Uran. And then the rest, but look at Movistar, only 9 seconds adrift after a stunning performance by them. Something of a surprise today, perhaps.
Sicuramente la mia prima esperienza a quel Giro.
Yeah, it's fantastic, and it's great to, on your first experience in the Giro,
ringraziare la squadra, diciamo il lavoro è stato tutto loro. Io ho cercato di difendere e dare il mio massimo.
And for tomorrow, is the plan to defend the pink?
ma questo non lo so. Sicuramente il team è devoto a stare nelle prime posizioni, speriamo di mantenerla un paio di giorni.
Okay, huge congratulations. Thanks very much.
Our congratulations extended as well. The new boy is in the pink. And it's always a great thing when one of the lesser lights, I think it's fair to say that, within such a great team, actually comes to the fore and has his day. Bradley Wiggins, Cataldo, and now Nace Pate, they'll all be slapping him on the back tonight at dinner. He gets the kisses and the flowers, and indeed his own bottle. Sharing that. We look forward to more racing tomorrow as stage 3 of the Giro d'Italia gets underway. For now, from Ischia, it's bye-bye.